Let's go on to Vikings-Packers. I see this is a very, very tough game as well. Let's try to speed up our pace a little bit here. Simplifying things, these are two really good defenses. Vikings have a better offense. Packers have a better quarterback. Devontae Adams didn't do a thing week 1. Does he step up week 2? Dalvin Cook looks awesome. If you were watching that Packers-Bears game, and Donnie's going to talk about what an advantage it is to have extra time. And that's what the Packers have after playing that Thursday night. Extra time to prepare and to plan and to rest. And clearly that's in the Packers' favor. But if you look at that game, how unimaginative was that Packers offense? It was very strange to watch. No creativity at all. The Packers opened up at -2.5. There were threes at one point. There's a 3 at Bovada at +1. It's back down to 2.5. And this total keeps dropping. 46 it opened to, and now 43. Donnie, right side, Vikings, Packers.
Yep, pick 6 contest, pick number 3 for me. Waited all week. We talked about it on Tuesday when that line was hovering at 3. I thought we might be able to get a better line, just thinking that line probably wasn't going to 3.5, more likely go to 2.5. It actually goes to the 2.5, and I picked up the Green Bay Packers -2.5, -115. Here's the reason I like it in the NFL. It's still early in the football season, but there's one thing in the NFL you can always count on with football teams. Getting extra rest and extra time to repair is so big. It's why coming off the bye week versus a team that played the week before is such a huge advantage for yourself. Now, the one thing that I do want to talk about opening night, because when you played the Chicago Bears, and I know everybody's going to look, Aaron Rodgers didn't look that good. You're playing a really good defense, but also let's put into a fact where you're a coaching staff and you sit back and go, Mitchell Trubisky ain't shit in this football game right now. Let's just not make the error. Let's just hang on. We got this thing. Because did anybody have a feeling in the second half that the Chicago Bears were going to mount a comeback with Mitchell Trubisky? It just seemed like it wasn't going to happen. So I take a little bit of that into play moving forward. But I love the fact they played opening night. They stole a win they probably shouldn't have got, or maybe you didn't think they were going to get before the season opened. Now you go at home, but the stakes change a little bit because you look at the Minnesota Vikings, had a really good win. They were dominant. 28-0 lead over the Atlanta Falcons. They were clearly the better football team. I thought they would win and cover opening day. They did. Now they go into Green Bay, and when you try to take some philosophy out of this, Green Bay Packers know they have to win this football game. They're at home. You have to take care of your division rivals at home. The same thing to be said. Do the Vikings want to win the football game? Absolutely the Vikings want to win the football game. Talented at wide receiver. Talented at running back. Kirk Cousins has a good football game. They didn't even have to lean on him last week. They played such a dominating effort. Are the team better on defense? The Vikings are built to stop Aaron Rodgers. I get it. I bet the Vikings a lot over the past couple of years against. And also, you know how high I am on the Minnesota Vikings on the season. I think there's value even before the season that I thought the Minnesota Vikings would be able to win the division. That's a nice win last week. They can actually take another step forward by beating the Green Bay Packers. I like the situation for the Packers. I'm getting less than 3 points at home with a healthy Aaron Rodgers for the first time in a couple years. I think this is Green Bay's game to win. I think they win and cover and win by 3 points or more. Even though I like the long-term analysis of the Vikings, I think this is a great Green Bay spot here, and I'm going to take them.
Donnie backing the Packers in this spot. Whale Capper, Vikings, Packers.
I've gone back and forth on this one. Donnie's breakdown is good. I would only add to that if you feel pretty strongly that the Packers get a win here, then you got to probably think about getting involved or splitting your stake and taking some Packers to win the NFC North. If they beat the Vikings, they will be 2-0 in division with wins over the Bears at the Bears and wins over the Vikings. So they have the potential to get off to a pretty hot start here. And I don't think, if they win, you're not going to, it's like probably plus 170-ish out there. If you shop around, if you can get that locked in now and they get a win, you're not going to see that number again for weeks. That said, I've gone back and forth. I could see a scenario where Vikings win this game. This looks like a defensive struggle to me. I wish I had gotten on the under off the open. I let it mullinger there, and it got bet down, and it's a little bit tighter now. It's still an underlook, I think. I don't think either of these offenses are really in any way, shape, or form in sync right now. I don't think you're going to be able to do what you did against the Falcons if you're the Vikings and run the ball 38 times and expect to be competitive in this game. You're going to have to throw it. And, oh, by the way, the defensive backfield for the Packers looks absolutely stacked. It's weird that we are now kind of evaluating a totally new look here for the Packers team. This is a defensive team first, and whatever they get out of the offense is kind of a bonus. And I don't love Matt LaFleur's offense at all. I thought the one drive where he kind of let Aaron Rodgers kind of control, the play calling and control the style was the one drive they scored a touchdown in that entire game. And they just don't have it quite figured out yet. So this was a stay away for me. But if anything, if I have free play, I'm playing the under.